Right off the bat, this mask is quite a bit similar to the M3A1, which this thing is quite a bit common, but a little bit uncommon on the other side. Also, I'm going to point out that this is supposed to be gray rubber, but I guess it's probably a little discolored. And of course, this one has the much more bluish, greenish type. So I think this is much more like an early version. Because these masks were introduced in 1941. Yep, here it is. 41. By Goodyear. It's actually made by Generals and Rubbers. And the mask diaphragm is quite a bit. Yes, everything was completely changed to black. And of course the little flapper piece right there. And the hose itself, oh, it's quite a bit long, but I will measure it right onto the video itself. And the eyepieces are triangular, and the head harness is skull cap. Yep, it's actually the one with the little T-SOT tubes onto it. The little plastic piece to get the filter. And the little... This is probably the first mask I own, have that little flapper piece. These are quite a bit like earlier masks will have that. And the little messed up here, which is the filter, or the hose, which is completely, well, kind of a little broken off, or just ripped. The filter, wise itself, does contain asbestos, so I'm not going to be expecting to wear this thing. Which, the filter wise is quite a bit dangerous. Actually, this is probably my first mask to have that. Because this guy does not have the filter. But that's a review for another day. Ironically. Well, it'll take a long time of it. The carrier itself is actually very similar to the other carrier, the M3A1 mask. So that's just the similarities to it. Similarities and, well, the hose, the whole connection to the mask and the filter. Those are the similarities, but they're completely different masks, which is just the face piece. So this is what it's, yeah, the thing is just a little messed up. I guess the whole thing is quite a bit lopped off there, but that's what it's supposed to look like. And they actually put the filter in the carrier, but nowadays you can't even do that because, like, the M50s and a lot of other masks will have, like, well, the double ports on the mask. Like this guy here, the finish mask. But unlike this one, we'll have another side and, of course, the drinking straw. Yeah. Now, inside the carrier, it actually has a latch to actually put the filter in there. I think I got it in the wrong way, but that's what it's supposed to be like. Inside the mask, there's a little mouthpiece for it to get that little latch, the flap piece there. And the thing that's inside have like a weird plastic, well, not black rubber there. And of course, someone's writing on there. The T-SOT system, the T-SOT tubes, both of them. That's about it. The hose itself is in fact 24.5 inches. The hose and the mask will get 32.5 or 33 inches. No, 34.5 inches. The mask itself, it actually measures up to 10 inches. And long is probably 5.5 inches. I'm about to say it. let's go try on the mask and show you what it actually is supposed to be like, but there's a thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to use the filter for this one, because the filter itself is going to be dangerous. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And now I'm going to try on the mask, so get to that. So So this is what it sounds like when you're wearing this thing. And to carry your right. So it actually works, but it's right at the time that it's like before and after, like after World War One. So this is right. This is right in between World War One and World War Two, because of particularly this here. But when the thing right after World War Two, and this was actually right into the Cold War, they actually decided to make more upgraded to this one, which this is one of them for an example. They actually decided using like rubber discs and flapper pieces rather than doing this thing, which just really sticks out like a sore thumb. But this looks really interesting looking to this. I like this a lot, but we gotta have to do the pros and cons. So this is what it looks like. Oh, yeah, the thing can snap off every time. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. Now, for the pros and cons, or warpath points, as I introduced in the video. Now, at the time, at the time, this thing actually is quite a bit more advanced at its time. And, well, this guy here. But yeah, at the time, these masks have a lot of these. Like, in World War One and after World War One. But right before World War Two, or, yeah, during World War Two. And it's actually kind of been a lot more. So a lot of the masks these days will have this thing instead of having this weird flapper piece. As a matter of fact, it barely worked at all, but at the time it actually is pretty useful and works a lot. So the verdict rating on this, I'm not going to be very harsh on this one. I'm going to give this guy probably, let's see, an 8 out of 10 for this. 8 out of 10. It's actually a not bad mask, and these are quite a bit become uncommon for the mask. So, that wraps up the M3 diaphragm gas mask. As you all know, I'll see you next time, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this.